Hi, welcome to Books and Bocadillos. My name is Mariandrea, and this is day 7 of the Poetry Readathon. It is April 28th, 2024, at time of recording, and this is the last day of the Poetry Readathon, but I've been doing a prompt a day, so there are 9 prompts. I have 2 more days left in this video series, and the Poetry Readathon is hosted by Charlie at Charlie Book Reads and Charles at Charles Heathcote. For today, I am focusing on prompt number 8, which is the word modern. I've selected 2 poems, and I have 2 poetry collections here that I'll be reading from. So I went with the theme of science fiction for the word modern. The first poem I'm reading from is Life on Mars by Tracy K. Smith, and this won the Pulitzer Prize. About Tracy K. Smith, she is the author of 5 poetry collections, including Such Color, New and Selected Poems, Wade in the Water, winner of the Anisfield Wolf Book Award, Life on Mars, winner of the Pulitzer Prize, Duende, winner of the James Laughlin Award, and The Body's Question, winner of the Cave Canem Poetry Prize. She's also the author of a memoir, Ordinary Light, which was a finalist for the National Book Award from 2017 to 2019. Smith served 2 terms as the 22nd Poet Laureate of the United States. She teaches at Harvard University, and this book was published by Graywolf Press. The poem that I will be reading in this collection is titled Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi. There will be no edges but curves, clean lines pointing only forward. History, with its hard spine and dog-eared corners, will be replaced with nuance. Just like the dinosaurs gave way to mounds and mounds of ice, women will still be women, but the distinction will be empty. Sex, having outlived every threat, will gratify only the mind, which is where it will exist. For kicks, we'll dance for ourselves before mirrors studded with golden bulbs. The oldest among us will recognize that glow, but the word sun, S-U-N, will have been reassigned to a standard uranium neutralizing device found in households and nursing homes. And yes, we'll live to be much older, thanks to popular consensus, weightless, unhinged. Eons from even our own moon will drift in the haze of space, which will be once and for all scrutable and safe. And that was Sci-Fi by Tracy K. Smith. And this poetry collection is titled Life on Mars. The second poetry collection I want to read from is titled The World Keeps Ending and The World Goes On. These are poems by Franny Choi. I talked about this collection in my previous video that I posted yesterday. And I won't go too much into detail. I'll link the video up here somewhere. But the poem that I want to read, I feel, is in conversation with Tracy K. Smith's poem, Science Fiction. This poem is titled Science Fiction Poetry. So this is Science Fiction Poetry by Franny Choi. Dystopia of the lost file. Dystopia of the cracked screen. Dystopia of the ankle prone to getting sprained again. Dystopia of houseplants gone yellow and headless. Dystopia between people who have heard each other too many times to keep speaking. Dystopia too sad to shower. Dystopia a cake made of water. Dystopia of back in prison, but at least they'll get clean. Dystopia of living in your last body. Dystopia all day in an air-conditioned conference hall with no sweater. Dystopia of falling out of love with God. Dystopia of houseless people and boarded up houses on the same city block. Dystopia of solitary confinement as an answer to any. Dystopia of cages. Dystopia of forgetting about cages. Dystopia, bail out the coal plants if you want to live. Dystopia of billionaires racing giddy to space. Dystopia, $800 a month, but the debt stays the same. Dystopia, very lonely on Mother's Day. Dystopia, very small in rooms. Dystopia, bone tired after hours at home. Dystopia, can't read a book without thinking about the trees. Dystopia, can't talk about it without panicking. Dystopia of hold music. Dystopia of platitudes. Dystopia of garbled logic spun and spun in the head. Dystopia, congratulations, you were right to be paranoid. Dystopia of diversity trainings. Dystopia of banning of diversity trainings. Dystopia of disobedient muscle, the inflexible algorithm. Dystopia of the algorithm, smooth skin and dulcet reasoning. Dystopia of poorly designed public restrooms. Dystopia of restrooms. Dystopia, I like the old dystopia better. Dystopia, paying money for water. Dystopia, $2.13 an hour before tips. Meanwhile, billionaires in space. Dystopia, 60 hours a week in a pandemic. Dystopia, fill out this form if you get raped. Dystopia, in ankle bracelets and in coworkers joking. House arrest. Dystopia of the city council hearing. Thank you for your comment. Dystopia in the Senate hearing. Not to my knowledge. I was not aware. Dystopia on loop over the airport speakers, on loop in the fine print. Dystopia, I have read the terms and conditions. Dystopia, everything I eat is touched with money. Dystopia, everything I am is touched. Dystopia, press your thumb here to access your memories. Dystopia, to stop remembering one's memories. Dystopia, to keep remembering one's memories. Dystopia, to be flattened or flared at a memory's notice at a hair. Otherwise, to drift, numb, and dreaming through the so-called day. Dystopia, isn't there something else besides? There must be some sequence that ends in anything but a cold loop. There must be an elsewhere on the else side of the scrim, an opposite word, but not that one, please. Not sticky with sap, not synthetic sugar and cruel. What's the other opposite world if we knew its name? Could we call it? If we called it, would it come? That was this science fiction poetry by Franny Choi. Thank you so much for watching. Hasta la próxima.